Okay. Yeah. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The Anticipation of R&B. It's Rhona Bennett with 7 Days. Are you afraid of falling in love? So you've been in a love game, and you probably been hurt sometime.
This is DeLeo, and I'm about to reintroduce you to a very good friend of mine. She's a very well-known model, actress, singer. You know her from shows like the Jamie Foxx Show and also the R&B supergroup EnVogue. I want to reintroduce you to a very good friend of mine, Miss Rhona Bennett. How you doing, lady?
How are you?
I'm great. Man, this is, a little bit interesting because, you and I have known each other for a few years now, and now we're, kind of in a different setting, me interviewing you. So.
I know, this is weird. Let me shake it off, okay.
How you been?
I've been good.
You've been busy.
I've been working.
That's what's up. Now, you about to take us on a new musical journey because everybody knows you as this wonderful vocalist.
Thank you.
But now there's a new project that's coming, the Anticipation of R&B, which is very appropriately titled. We're going to get into that a little bit, but I want to go back and talk about how you got your start because, a lot of people recognize you from television, getting, an early start at a young age on the Mickey Mouse Club.
Yes.
But I know it goes even further back than that. So tell us a little bit about how you got.
I started out in Chicago. I'm from Chicago. So I started at an ETA theater. Anybody who's in Chicago might know about that on the South Side.
Yeah, absolutely.
I did, my first play was Young John Henry. I was a background singer. And my mom, after that, I was like, Mom, I can do more. So she went to the director and said, is there anything else Rhona can do? He says, okay, well, for the next play, she can understudy the lead.
Wow.
Well, the young lady never learned her stuff.
Okay.
I ended up having to step in. That was my first lead. It went really well. An agent came to the show, picked me up from the show. And then I started working voiceovers and industrial films. And then my first big break came from Oprah. With the Women of Brewster Place on Channel on ABC.
Yeah,
yes.
Absolutely.
And then after that, I did the Mouse Club for like 4 years in Orlando.
Wow.
And then I moved out to Hollywood. Booked my first series regular role with Homeboys in Outer Space.
Yeah, we remember that.
Wacky show. After that, I want to say was some more guest star appearances on different shows.
Right.
Then I did Jamie Foxx, which came to be one of the classics. It's now a classic.
Absolutely. You played Nicole on there.
Plain white rice. Which has turned into something amazing, which is really wonderful. And then I signed up with Rodney Jerkins at Darkchild Records / Sony. Toured the world.
Wow. And then in 2001 is when you put together your first major release.
Yes.
Satisfied?
Yes.
Okay. Now, Satisfied,
No. It was called Rhona. My first single was Satisfied.
the first single was Satisfied, which did very well overseas.
It did.
And tell us a little bit, what was it like the experience working with Rodney Jerkins like?
At the time, he was like the it guy.
Yeah.
So Michael Jackson was signing on with him to do Invincible.
Wow.
Whitney Houston was working with him. He did Say My Name for Destiny's Child. He was just all over the industry. So it was an honor and a pleasure.
Now, let's fast forward to a couple years later. After that, you got another great opportunity to work with, three ladies at the time, we know as EnVogue. And how did that whole situation come about?
Actually, I want to say that my friend, I was writing and may have submitted some songs or something. They were like, I don't know how you feel. Would you be interested in, becoming a member? Because they were looking for a member at the time. And I was like, I don't know. I never really entertained being in a group, really. I was always pursuing a solo career. And then I met Denzel Foster. He heard the songs. They flew me up to the Bay, and that was it.
Wow. So they just brought you on immediately, like, Rhona's the girl. To fill the spot.
I guess so.
Now, was it a lot of pressure that you felt, coming in? I mean, obviously these girls had history, before you came along. Did you feel kind of pressure being the new girl and, the fans and everything having to get, accustomed to that?
Yeah, and no.
Okay.
No, because I'm so grateful I had all the experience I had on the Mouse Club. You'd be surprised how priceless that experience was. We did music videos, we did dance numbers where you had to use 5 cameras, 2 reference. We did documentaries. We did everything.
Yeah.
We interviewed celebrities.
Yeah.
So it wasn't so new.
Okay.
We did choreography, so I was able to pick up on things pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I'd already been recording in the studio a lot, so everything kind of came as a second nature. But as far as stepping in, I just wanted to keep with the integrity of what was there.
Right.
You know, bring myself, but still, this is EnVogue.
Absolutely. So the Anticipation of R&B. Tell us a little bit about what that means and what it stands for. What's the concept behind the album?
Well, R&B, Rhona Bennett, but R&B music too.
Okay, all right. I see where you're going.
Works with me. The anticipation has been, I mean, it's been what, 8 years since my record was released.
Wow.
That's a long time.
Wow.
And, you know, my MMC fans even say, when are you gonna, you know, put something out? We've been waiting. Or people will hit me up, oh, the Jamie Foxx girl, what, I can't find anything on her,
Yeah.
or something. So, and then from just myself, I've been anticipating doing a record for a few years now, for a while, and I finally now have the opportunity to, you know, seize the moment, and this is what's up.
So now I know you've got to be putting together a list of heavy hitters for this. Is there new producers that you're working with who helped you put the album together?
Cool Ruckus, he did some stuff with Left Eye. I don't really have his complete resume, but he's very talented, got some hot stuff on there. Actually, I want to show Dave one of the songs that's one of my favorites that he produced. J.Y. Park, he's like a huge Asian producer and businessman, and does extremely well in Korea. Who else do we have? 7 Days, that's a buddy of mine. We've been writing together for years. And then my partner, Tony Scott Zubia, has written a ton of songs, as well as co-produced, if not produced, a couple of the tracks on the record as well.
Now, is this a project that you're putting together totally independent? This is all Rhona, all you calling all the shots and everything?
Yes, what a concept.
Yeah. What is it like to have that kind of creative freedom, you know, being able to, you know, put together everything and not necessarily, you know, having, you know, a big machine telling you what to do, you know?
You know what? It helped,
Yeah.
honestly, because I sing so many genres of music. I can do some jazz. I can do world music, R&B, classical. And when somebody would say, well, what's your style? I'm like, I don't really know.
Yeah.
I can pretty much sing a lot of things. So I didn't know how to pigeonhole myself and say, this is my thing.
Right.
So what I did was I just went in, I just wrote, and then I went in and recorded.
Nice.
And that's what happened with this album. So you have a fusion. It's soul music because it came from me.
Right.
But it touches on everything. I mean, one of the songs is like kind of R&B alternative.
Wow.
You know, and then you got some straight soul, and then you got like little jazzy intonations, or you got I don't know, pop, big ballads.
Yeah.
You know, don't really do those as much. Live instrumentation on the record.
Nice.
Yeah.
So it's a little something for everybody.
Oh yeah.
That's what's up. Now, as far as collaborations, I'm hearing that we might get a few surprises. Anything you can talk about right now?
Most definitely.
Okay.
You can visit my blog
Okay.
and see the message from Brandy
Okay.
to myself and the fans about being a part of
You
the
and
record.
Brandy are collaborating?
Yes.
Wow. Wow. Now, I know that's got to be an experience. How did that come together?
Well, I was going to say we have a lot of history.
Yeah.
Even just crossing each other's paths. Back in '96,
Yeah.
we were both on UPN at the same time. She was doing Moesha, I was doing Homeboys in Outer Space, crossing each other's paths. When I did my album with Rodney, he was working with him heavily, crossed each other's paths. And then, you know, of course, in the industry, you just see people as you go out to a party or whatever. And then maybe 2 years ago, we reconnected at a bookstore that I love.
Wow. That's great.
And we've been keeping in touch ever since.
That's amazing. I'll definitely plug the blog site again so everybody
Yes.
can check and get updates on you.
Yes, please come visit me. I'm going to give you the address because, you know, why not? http://RhonaBennett.wordpress.com.
Well, Rhona, thanks again. You know, definitely for coming out. Superior TV, y'all keep it locked. We're going to have more with Miss Rhona Bennett, the Anticipation of R&B coming soon.
Yes.
And y'all keep it locked. Superior TV, y'all.